Good evening. I am Sylvia Carter Perry, Southern Area Director for the Links Incorporated. The Southern Area, the Links loves HBCUs. And with this love, for the third year, we have designated HBCUs as the focus of our Giving Tuesday campaign for 2020-21. Produced by our incredible dynamic programming team, this evening also serves as the launch of our Invest in HBCUs Capital campaign. And it will be, we absolutely promise, will be informational as well as entertaining. Over the next hour, you will be directed to a site for online giving, as well as procedures for mail-in donations for our Giving Tuesday. So never fear, we have a little something for everyone. It is my privilege to introduce to you Camille Whitworth. She is an award-winning journalist, media professional, entrepreneur, public speaker, HBCU graduate of Hampton University. And you know what? a member of the Crescent City, Louisiana chapter of the Links Incorporated, who will serve as our moderator this evening. So you're really in for a great treat as we celebrate and raise funds for our area's 57 HBCUs and our servant leader scholars. So let's get this party started. All right, Camille, let's take it away.
All right, thank you so much. I am so honored. It is my privilege to be with everyone tonight. We are here for an amazing cause, and I want to welcome everybody to this Giving Tuesday broadcast by the Southern area of the Links Incorporated. Started in 2012, Giving Tuesday is a day when people are encouraged to do good, to do some really good work, and to support some really good causes. This day of giving symbolizes the opportunity for everyone, for all citizens, to provide donations, and these donations can transform communities locally and all across the world. HBCUs, the institutions, as well as the students, are the spotlight for this Giving Tuesday. The goal, of course, is to encourage you to do some good by contributing this evening as you invest in HBCUs. As stated by the area director, we will provide a running banner so that you can participate and give online at any time during this broadcast and during this program. If you prefer to mail your contribution, you will receive instructions as noted right here on the current slide. Take note, grab a pen and paper, and all the information you need will be right there on your screen. So let us get started. We want to get started by reflecting on core structure of the HBCU movement and the HBCU initiative of the Links Incorporated.
Colleges are spaces where Black people are affirmed.
You could be yourself and develop yourself in this rich soil.
It's a space that is an unapologetic Black space.
These are places where there's incredible freedom to explore.
We wanted to better ourselves. We wanted to have an institution where people like us all wanted to be more than the status quo.
The question for African Americans has always been, what is education's purpose? Who controls it? And what is the relationship of education to the broader aspirations of our people?
And of course, what better way, everybody, than to give back this season than by supporting our beloved HBCUs. We do want to get to the interview portion of this evening. Joining me now is our area director, Link Sylvia Perry, and also our program coordinator, Link Dr. Deborah Thomas. We want to get straight to us, everyone. We also have Link Jillian Davis, who's going to be adding also a lot of insight onto Giving Tuesday and to what the HBCU initiative means to all of us. So let's start with you, Link Sylvia. Why did you select HBCUs as the focus of Giving Tuesday?
And thank you so much for your presentation, Camille. I am the program coordinator, and I just want to build upon what our area director has shared in her introductory video, that this is definitely an evening for celebration of our HBCUs, and we definitely salute the treasure that they bring not only to our communities, but also to the entire country. In terms of Giving Tuesday, we follow a period of reflection on our blessings. And so it is right to extend our gratefulness to a season of giving to others. And so it is with Giving Tuesday in the Southern area of the Links Incorporated that we align this event with the mission of the HBCU initiative. In the Links Incorporated, we embrace a strong legacy of supporting our HBCUs through visibility, sustainability, fundraising, and we also identify innovative means to support student success. And so this is indeed a launch and a reaffirmation of our giving to HBCUs. They are such a treasure.
Link Deborah, thank you for that. I do want to apologize. Of course, Link Sylvia was the video before us, so I thank you for jumping in there on that. And as you continue to talk about the relationship of the HBCUs of the Links Incorporated, there are so many ways to give and on so many levels. Can we talk about that a little bit?
Yes, definitely. There are indeed so many ways to give. Across our 82 chapters, there are scholarships that are given in a robust manner every year, all during the year. There are endowments by which we support HBCUs. We have opportunities where we have collaboratives with our HBCUs in terms of programming. STEM and STEAM are just two examples by which our chapters connect and support our HBCUs. And particularly within the Southern area, we do have our Giving Tuesday, our capital campaigns by which we encourage individuals, chapters, as well as corporations to join us in this investment. We definitely have a strong return on investments when we support our HBCUs.
It really is such an amazing and such an important cause that continues really to grow every single year. The Servant Leadership Scholarship and Academy is indeed an example of innovative programming. To tell us more about the Servant Leader Academy, Dr. Davis Morgan. Thank you for being with us, Link Sister.
Thank you so much, Camille. And absolutely, and to follow what Dr. Thomas was mentioning, you know, we have a strong focus here in the Southern area on HBCUs because within the Links Incorporated, the Southern area houses the largest number of HBCUs. We have almost nearing 60 HBCUs here in the Southern area. And through our donations last year during our capital campaign and also during Giving Tuesday, we were able to garner enough funds to support 25 scholars that represent 11 HBCUs across the Southern area. We were able to give these students $2,500 each to help with their educational endeavors. But in addition to offsetting the financial costs that go along with their educational endeavors, we've also instituted the Servant Leader Scholars Academy. And this Servant Leader Academy is aimed at providing an institute, a cohort, if you will, of individuals who will be able to foster and sustain a philosophy of lifelong service among these deserving scholars. We are aiming to develop a cadre of servant leaders who, even when the financial contribution to their endeavors has lapsed, they will still have a foundation to develop servant leaders that will continue to give to our community throughout time. We want to empower these scholars to become leaders at all levels. And in order to do that, we are providing them with guided learning, service engagement with our chapters, self-reflection, and skill development. We had our first module a couple weeks ago, which focused on leadership development, where we had the scholars provide an opportunity to learn more about themselves, to become self-reflective, to look at their 5 leadership skills as determined by leadership development tasks, and we had great speakers that engaged those scholars. We will continue with 4 additional modules that will help to develop the skills for these servant leaders to, again, engage them through guided learning, to teach them about community service, how to leverage their partnerships and their relationships in the community, and how to vision the future of community service. What will community service look like when these scholars graduate? How will they continue to serve our communities, continue to make our communities better, and to be the leaders for our next group of HBCU scholars coming forward?
And Drs. Thomas and Dr. Davis Morgan, you guys have talked so much about the initiative, the importance of it. I do have just a couple more minutes. So I just want to encourage everyone who's watching that making a donation, it's a way of reaching out. It is a way of lending a helping hand by providing even the smallest of donations. Just quickly, can you all emphasize the importance of no matter how big or how small this donation on Giving Tuesday is, how it can go such a long way? And it really is the gift that keeps on giving.
It definitely is. I don't know how to say it any better than what you have just identified. The return on the investment is magnified with every dollar that is given, for sure. Our treasure is definitely within the HBCUs. And, when we think about statistics, our HBCUs started in the 19th century. And now we are in the 21st century. And even in the 21st century, 20% of our graduates within the African American community are graduates from HBCUs. We have so many famous graduates of HBCUs. And of course, every graduate from any institution is famous and is able to provide contributions for the benefit of our country. But well-known names such as Oprah Winfrey, our Vice President Harris, Congressman Clyburn, so many of our Congress persons, Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., and on and on and on. We probably could stay here 2 or 3 hours just naming treasures from our HBCUs. But as Dr. Morgan has indicated, as we build programs by which we can transfer academics into application through service, through career development, we are definitely providing a rich source of transformative service within our nation. And so every dollar builds upon that legacy.
Dr. Morgan, quickly, anything you'd like to add?
Absolutely. And I think to that point, as our national president, Kimberly Jeffrey Leonard, mentioned, even if you didn't attend an HBCU, each of us is touched by someone who did. Over 50% of our congressmen, African-American congressmen, attended an HBCU. So we want to continue to maintain the sustainability of our HBCUs through our donations, through our mentorship of these scholars. It is very important. And we're seeing an uptick in our numbers in HBCUs due to the social climate in America right now. And I think it is our job as Links to continue to maintain and help to develop, continue the sustainability of these HBCUs so that we continue to support these students, these leaders, these future presidents, these congressmen, these CEOs. It's important.
Thank you both. And Dr. Morgan, I understand that you've invited some scholars to join us this evening. We look forward to hearing from them. But first, what we want to do is listen to some inspirational recordings, and that is from the artist Regina Skeeters, a proud HBCU graduate of Benedict College. Now, just to give you some background on all this, Ms. Skeeters has shared the stage with Fantasia, Ashford and Simpson, and CeCe Winans, just to name a few of her fabulous and amazing credits. This evening, she gives her voice in salute of Giving Tuesday for HBCUs.
We would like to give a major shout out to the women of the Links Incorporated. Thank you so much for your contribution to our beloved HBCU.
whiskers on kittens, bright copper kettles with warm woolen mittens, brown paper packages tied up with strings. These are a few of my favorite things. Cream-colored ponies with crisp apple strudels, doorbells and sleigh bells and schnitzel with noodles, wild geese that fly with the moon on their wings. These are a few of my favorite things. Girls in white dresses with blue satin sashes, snowflakes that lay on my nose and eyelashes, silver white winters that melt into springs. These are a few of my favorite things. When the dog bites, when the bee stings, when I'm feeling sad, I simply remember my favorite things, and even then I don't feel so bad, Raindrops on roses and whiskers on kittens, bright copper kettles with warm woolen mittens, brown paper packages tied up with strings. These are a few of my favorite things. Cream-colored ponies with crisp apple strudels, doorbells and sleigh bells and schnitzel with noodles, wild geese that fly with the moon on their wings. These are a few of my favorite things. Girls in white dresses with blue satin sashes, snowflakes that lay on my nose and my eyelashes, silver white winters that melt into springs. These are a few of my favorite things. When the dog bites, when the bee sings, when I'm feeling sad, I simply remember my favorite things, and even then I don't feel so bad. Do do tweet do do tweet dabba do dabba do dow 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 dow. Tweet do do tweet do do tweet dabba do dow 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 dow. I simply remember my favorite things, and then I don't feel you'll know that no one can change the path that you must go. Believe what you feel and know you're right, because the time will come around when you say it's yours. Believe that you can go home. Believe that you can float on air. And know from the moment you try, if you believe, then you'll be there. So believe in yourself right from the start. Believe in the magic that's inside your heart. Believe all these things, not because I told you to. If you believe in yourself as I believe in you, if you believe within your heart, and no one can change the path that you must go. Believe what you feel and know you're right, because the time will come around when you say it's yours. So believe that you can go home. Believe that you can make time stand still. And know from the moment you try, if you believe, then you'll be there. So just believe in yourself right from the start. Believe in the magic that's inside your heart. Believe all these things, not because I told you to. If you believe in yourself, if you believe in yourself, if you believe in yourself, as I believe in you.
Bravo. Thank you. What an amazing voice, Miss Skeeters. Certainly she's demonstrated her experience at Benedict College, and it has prepared her for her professional endeavors. Thank you for joining us and being part of Giving Tuesday. That's a profound message as we continue to salute HBCUs. Now, just a reminder, in case you don't know this, there are over 100 HBCUs in the United States, and 60 of them are in geographical area known as the Southern Area of the Links Incorporated, which we are so proud to have. Always, just a reminder, at the bottom of your screen, though, we have the link. It's running via the bottom of your screen on social media to spread the word. We encourage you to tell your friends about this very important cause. It's a way to donate, no matter how little, no matter how large. We do have the president of Tougaloo College with us on the broadcast to speak about the missions of HBCUs and their respective experiences that it gives to so many students and so many scholars. Bring in now Dr. Carmen Walters. And certainly, Dr. Walters, we thank you for your leadership and thank you so much for being with us this evening. I'd like to get straight to it. I'd like to let's get to the jelly of the donut, if you will. What's the guiding point of your leadership?
You know, the guiding point of my leadership here with our students is to provide the strength and the tenacity to say to our students that you can do anything you put your mind to. And so as we settle on that, we began to provide many touch points for students. So my leadership style is to make sure that students know they can connect to me and to other leaders, our faculty and staff, at any time and receive the support that they need on their journey.
You know, one thing I always like to say as an HBCU grad myself is that no matter where you go in the country, in the world, when you run into another HBCU alum or grad, it's family. It is instant family. And that's another reason that these initiatives and the Servant Leader Scholarship Academy are so important, right?
Absolutely. You know, listening to the other Link sisters talk about servant leadership, it is something that Tougaloo really believes in. Our students, when they graduate, they have to have a capstone project, and they also have to do so many hours of community service because we are so big on giving back to your community and becoming the leader that others can follow, but also the leaders that will change America, change the world. And so the Servant Leadership Scholarship is very, very important to our mission.
Can you talk about how we would connect the two, the mission and the mission statement of the Servant Leader Scholarship Academy? I mean, at the end of the day, probably what and what, but how do we connect the two?
You know, being a link, we all know that we're connected, right, by friendship, but we're also connected in service. Well, at the HBCUs, the mission of the HBCU, of course, it started out being an institution that supported African Americans to educate them. But the mission is so much broader now. We like to say here at Tougaloo that we are historically Black, not exclusively Black. So the mission has become much broader, where our programs are diverse and our students are diverse, our faculty are diverse. And so it really drives the mission of servant and making sure that you serve your community. So a servant leader is not about power, but they are about shared power and shared accountability and shared responsibility. And so what we're trying to teach our students is that it is their responsibility to give back, because they've been given so much by these institutions. And so I think the missions are intertwined, and I think they work very well together.
Thank you so much, Dr. Carmen Walters. We just love hearing from you and everything you're doing for your students there. Speaking of students, there are 25 students in the inaugural cohort of the Servant Leader Scholars Academy, and 2 of those participants are matriculating at your universities. We want to talk with them, get their testimonials, and hear about their experiences as well as they take part in that Servant Leader Scholarship Academy or Scholars Academy, and talk about that experience. Alasia Johnson and Mia Sanders. Hi, Alasia, you're up first. Can you tell us a little bit about your HBCU experience?
Well, as Dr. Walters mentioned, I am a Tougaloo scholar, and my HBCU experience thus far has been amazing. It has taught me the value of a true family. I can honestly say that whenever I need help or just a friend, my Tougaloo peers are always there for me.
Did you always know that you wanted to go to an HBCU, or how did that come about?
I did. I've always had a close relationship with my teachers in high school, and most of them were Black, of course. But I knew that I wanted to stay within the community because it would teach me how to be a successful Black woman. It would nurture me and care for me the way that my mom would, in a sense. So I knew that I wanted to attend an HBCU because it would show me that same love.
You know, my mother used to always say, you can go to college wherever you want to go, but my money's going to an HBCU. So I always grew up with that before attending Hampton University, which was the highlight of my life and the best 4 years of my life. Tell us a little bit about what you're majoring in and what your experience is like so far.
I am a biology major pursuing a nursing career. Okay. And it's challenging, but in the best way possible. It is preparing me for great things.
As you well know, Alasia, this is Giving Tuesday, and we are asking people, we are encouraging them to give their generosity and to give to HBCUs and to help support the mission and the cause. What would you say to people watching today?
Community service has been a part of my life for as long as I can remember. I think I started in the 5th grade performing community service. So on this Giving Tuesday, I would say that the smallest things make the biggest difference. I want to share a personal reflection, if that's okay.
Please.
I volunteer at a nursing home here in Canton, where I'm from. And I usually work on, I'm usually assigned to the Alzheimer's unit. And my role would be to be their granddaughter. So I would go in and give them hugs or just tell them a little bit about my day, and that will bring about the brightest smile. So I want to say that the smallest gestures or the smallest acts of kindness are always the biggest.
Wow, that is just amazing. We thank you so much, Alasia. We wish you the best. We're expecting big things from you, young lady.
Thank you.
All right. Dr. Carmen Walters, Alasia Johnson, thank you so much for sharing with us and being with us on this Giving Tuesday. We thank you so much.
Thank you.
The Southern Area Chair and the Vice Chair have a treat for all of us. We want to get now to our HBCU trivia. I'm now going to turn everything over to Dr. Morgan.
With my Vice Chair, Tamara Young Lee. And so we are going to move into our HBCU trivia segment. And so what we'd like for you to do, there are going to be 5 trivia questions. And if you would type your answer in the chat, the first person with the correct response will win some fabulous prizes that we have coming from the Southern area. And so how much do you know about your HBCU? So you may know when it was founded, and you may even know the origin of your university's mascot. But what else do you know? How well do you know your HBCUs? And so we're going to find out in these next 5 questions. And question number 1, if we bring it up. What denomination is Xavier University of Louisiana affiliated? And the clock starts now. And Tamara Young Lee is going to be monitoring the chat for our first correct response and highlighting our winner.
And I believe we have a winner. Jillian?
All right, who's our winner?
Wendy Brown White.
All right, Wendy Brown. So what is the answer on the next slide?
Catholic.
Very good. That's correct, Wendy. So Xavier University of Louisiana is a Catholic university. It is the only Catholic HBCU and the first Catholic university founded by a saint, which was Mother Catherine Drexel. And if our winners could please email your mailing address to hbcu.salinks@gmail.com. Again, that's hbcu.salinks@gmail.com. Question number 2. Which university had the first fraternity that was chartered at a Black college? And the time starts now. I see the answers coming in. I see them coming in. Wow. Okay, who was our first response? Tamara, do we have a winner yet?
Let's put our answer up so we'll make sure.
Okay. Next slide with the answer. Absolutely. I'm with you, Tamara. Next slide. Okay. Howard University. So Howard University was where Omega Psi Phi Fraternity Incorporated was established in 1911 as the first international fraternal organization founded on the campus of an HBCU. Go Bison. So who's our winner?
So I believe our winner on that one is Jatisha Marsh.
All right, Jatisha Marsh, be sure to email your mailing address to hbcu.salinks@gmail.com. Gifts coming your way. Question number 3. Which HBCU did W.E.B. DuBois attend? And the time starts now. All right. I see some answers coming in. What do we have? Anybody correct yet? Oh, is this going to stump the crowd? Is this going to stump the crowd? Okay. So let's see. Let's do the next slide with the answer. Fisk University. Tamara, who do we have? Do we have a winner?
I think we have a winner, Kathy Marsh.
All right, Kathy Marsh. So yes, W.E.B. Du Bois attended Fisk University in 1885, where he excelled both academically and socially, and Fisk's honor program is currently named in his honor. Question number 4. What is the name of the largest HBCU in the nation? And the time starts now. I need my Jeopardy music. This is when you need some.
I know, we need the music.
We need our Jeopardy clock.
I only have one answer, so here's some more come.
Okay, so we've got some answers. We've got some answers.
Oh, wait a minute. I go back. It's coming in too fast.
It's coming in fast. Okay, let's go ahead and go to the correct answer there while we calculate who has the correct answer. So who's our first correct answer? It is North Carolina A&T State University, North Carolina Agricultural and Technical State University, located in the heart of North Carolina. A&T currently has an enrollment of more than 13,000 students, making it the largest HBCU in the nation for several years running. Students and alumni of A&T are full of Aggie pride, as its graduates graduates the most Black engineers in the country. Notable alumni include Jesse Jackson and astronaut Ronald McNair. Who was our winner for that one, Tamara?
Well, I'm trying to make sure, but I believe it was your mom.
Of course, she would get her own alma mater, right?
Frank Davis.
What was that? Was it Harriet Davis? Was that the correct? Yes, it was. Okay, so be sure.
I was trying to make sure so they wouldn't, say we were doing any funny business.
That's right. That's right. Look, we've got to know who the largest HBCU is. Okay, so be sure to email your address to hbcu.salinks@gmail.com. And our last question, unless we need a tiebreaker, is which HBCU is the #1 producer of Black aerospace engineers in the United States? Aerospace engineers in the United States. And the time starts now. I see some coming in. We're going to give a couple more seconds before we load the correct answer. Okay. I see them coming in. Yep. Okay. Next slide with the correct answer. The correct answer. Course,
I knew that one very, very well.
That's your neck of the woods, isn't it? It is Tuskegee University.
But our winner was Sharon Jones. Sharon
Jones. All right, good. So Tuskegee is a top STEM school. They produce a lot of graduates in the fields of chemical, mechanical, and electrical engineering, with aerospace being their top producer. This is also where the Tuskegee Airmen originated in partnership with the U.S. Army Air Corps. So Tuskegee University is the correct response. And I don't think we need a tiebreaker for tonight. So again, prizes will be mailed to our 5 winners. Again, email your mailing address to hbcu.salinks@gmail.com. Thank you so much for being contestants at our HBCU trivia. We hope that you learned a little something about our HBCUs and that you continue to support our HBCUs. Thank you again for playing. Prizes coming your way.
Thank you both so much. That was so awesome. I love the spirited trivia that we had there. And we all need a reminder of all the things that are happening at these universities.
Absolutely.
So, yeah, Dr. Morgan, thank you so much. And Attorney Lee, thank you so much. That was awesome. All right, I just want to remind everybody, this is Giving Tuesday, and we are encouraging you. We are really certainly hoping that you will reach deep into your heart and give to the HBCU initiative. People all around the world, we are encouraging really to take part and to think about the organizations that they value and support them with a donation. We're here today supporting the HBCU initiative, and not only is it fun, but it's very important. It's important for scholars, our students, and of course for faculty and for the institutions that we need to see continue to strive and survive. So thank you for that. That was awesome. All right, at this time, Akintunde Warnock, You guys, this is going to be so wonderful. Knew that he wanted to be a comedian when he was in middle school, if you can believe it. The comedian, actor, director, and writer who's also worked with Monique and Chris Tucker now has his very own talk show. How awesome is that? He's built a distinctive career while also giving back to his community of Columbia, South Carolina. Not only that, but well beyond as well. His attendance at Savannah State University has built a connection to HBCUs as well. Without further ado, we want to hear some very funny commentary.
It's your brother Akintunde. I'm so glad to be here. I want to give a special thank you to the lovely ladies of the southern area of the Links Incorporated for doing your part on this Giving Tuesday and supporting our HBCUs. Listen, family, I am super excited because I am a product of an HBCU. Shout out to my school, Savannah State University, founded in 1890. Come on now. That's what I'm talking about. My daughter made me think about my time at a HBCU and my time in college in general not too long ago, because she was complaining about her registration process. Yeah, had the nerve. I know some of y'all old heads like myself, you know what I'm talking about. You feel the passion, the vigor, the disgust that I felt when she had the nerve to complain about her registration process because she had to carve out time to do it at the house online in the privacy and the pleasure and the atmosphere of her own bedroom. What? You got to be kidding me. I had to correct her on the spot. You have no clue of what we went through when we registered for school back in the day. If you graduated pre-2000s, you don't have a clue. Oh, no. Oh, no. You don't know what it is to have to wake up 4, 5 o'clock in the morning. You wake up 4, 5 o'clock in the morning. You get down to the school. You get down to the line. You don't arrive 5:30 sharp, like you getting up to go to a Black Friday sale. You done got down there and there's 675 students ahead of you when you got there. You are officially number 676. You felt real good about the time that you was getting up and getting down there. Oh, no. And but it taught you something though. It taught you how to plan, how to strategize. Okay, it taught you fortitude. It taught you not to quit because you needed all of that to stay in that line. In that 102-degree weather. I'm talking about you in line all day long. You had to work with friends. You learned the value of teamwork because you learn how to tag team so one of y'all can go to the bathroom. You learn how to tag team for a lunch run, for a breakfast run, for a dinner run, because you're going to be in line just that long. You learn how to hold your mouth. They don't understand how you have to hold your mouth because you waited in line and you finally arrived to the front of the line. You got to the building where some air conditioning is. You got there right at about noon, lunchtime. It's 12:10. You've been in line for 6 hours. Yeah. And when you got to the line, the whole registrar's office has shut down because they going to lunch. Oh, that's when you learn how not to cuss. You learn how not to be smart at the mouth. Because you understand that you need grace, mercy, and favor. Because probably you got something wrong. Yeah, probably you didn't handle your business on some level. Yeah, you got in that line, and when they came back for lunch, you was ready to get your classes signed and get them plugged into the computer. Yeah, but oh no. Now you got to go all the way back to the end of the line because Dr. Johnson did not sign the registration form. What? You went in there and you got the classes that you wanted. He put all the information down. You got the time of the class that you wanted. You wanted a 10 a.m. class because you know you didn't get up early. You wasn't good at that. But Dr. Johnson forgot to sign it. You got to go all the way to the back of the line and start all over again. And when you got to the back, to the front of the line, it was 5:15 and the registrar's office was closed. And now you got to come back at 5:30 tomorrow morning to do this all over again. I'm sorry. I had to get that off my chest. the disgust that I felt for her complaining about her registration process, and they're registering in her class, in her bedroom, on the laptop. And another thing I need to shout out as a part of my whole HBCU experience, have to shout out one of the best part of the Black college experience, which is homecoming. Oh, homecoming is a blessing. The difference between homecoming at an HBCU and homecoming at a general school is that homecoming for the HBCU really almost has nothing to do with the game. It's historically Black colleges and university experience. The most important part of the homecoming experience is halftime. Oh my God. Oh, and depending on what school you went to and who your band is or who your current band director is. Oh, that's a big part of your HBCU experience. The second most important part of the homecoming experience is the tailgate. Most Black people go to homecoming and never make it in the game. Some of y'all buy tickets for the game and never actually make it into the stand. Because you spend the whole time in the parking lot talking with friends, fellowshipping, socializing, looking good. Oh, come on now. Y'all know a lot of y'all, it ain't got nothing to do with the game itself. What folks want to do is go to the game and, hey girl, how you doing? All the fellas got your hair cut, got your nice sneakers on, got your cargo pants, your nice t-shirt, nice watch, some jewelry. You walk around all your boys who you ain't seen in 10, 15. You're like, what's up, baby? What's up, boy? Man, you're looking good. Look at you. Boy, you're looking good. You're keeping yourself together. And then as soon as they walk off, you're like, man, he done put on some weight. Y'all know I'm telling the truth. But I love my time in school. It in great part prepared me to be the man that I am today. You know, speaking of today, I am 50 years old, celebrating, clapping for myself. You ain't got to clap for me. Celebrating 50 years, being 50 years old. I turned 50 years old last month. Wonderful. I'm so excited about being 50. 50 is a different little pocket of life. One thing about 50 is you learn the difference between what's true and what's false. You learn the difference between a lie and the truth. Yeah, a friend of mine, I learned that she can't cook this holiday season, this past Thanksgiving. Yeah. When I asked the question, very important question, I wasn't even trying to lead her in the question. It was just a simple question. I said, what food are you known for bringing to Thanksgiving? She said, oh, everybody loves my green bean casserole. I said, oh, you can't cook. Oh, yeah. And the Black family, green bean casserole is just above bring some napkins or some rolls or just bring something to drink. Another thing you're not going to do, and I don't do no more, I don't sympathy eat. Oh, no, the days of sympathy eating is over. Yeah, sympathy eating is when you eat somebody's food, even though you don't like it or it's bad, just because they're in front of you. Oh, no. I would tell you in a heartbeat, no, thank you. That's okay. I won't be finishing that. No sympathy eating. It's top 5 Thanksgiving dishes that has to be right. And everybody know they have to be right. And if they don't let you bring it, that's because they know that you can't cook. Oh, yeah. Number 5, you would think it'd be number 1, but it's actually number 5. Turkey. Turkey is the most basic part of the Thanksgiving meal. Very, very basic. But if you don't do it right, people ain't gonna eat it, they ain't gonna want it, they gonna hate it. Turkey, you either love turkey or you hate turkey. 3 types of turkeys I recognize. There is dry turkey, white turkey, and fried turkey. Yep. But if you don't, so turkey is very important. Now, Another one is macaroni and cheese. Oh, let me tell you something. I don't have no problem with coming to the buffet table at Thanksgiving, or when people passing it around, I would ask, who made that macaroni? Let me tell you something, because I'm 50, every calorie counts, because weight sticks to me with no problem. So if I'm gonna spend some calories, it need to be good calories. Who macaroni is that? Oh, that's number 4. Number 3, number 3 food that you know, top 5 food in Thanksgiving food is greens. Oh, everybody can't do greens, baby. Oh no, you got to know what you're doing when you're talking about messing with black folks' greens. Oh, come on now. Number 2, top 5 Thanksgiving food. Y'all know, here it is. Dressing. Dressing is just as important, even more important than the turkey. Oh, because if the dressing ain't right, it throws the whole meal off. Because it's a carb. It's a side dish, but it's a main dish. And the number 1 top 5 food in the black family that you cannot mess up at Thanksgiving, and I might preach this part just to bring it home right, because it's a part of the barbecue in the summertime. It's a part of 4th of July. It's a part of every black church dinner sale. If they don't get you to bring potato salad, they don't respect your cooking game. Oh, everybody can't make potato salad. And if it ain't right, it ain't right. What? But I'll tell you what is right. It's for you to support our students on this Giving Tuesday. Thank you again to the lovely ladies of the southern area of the Links Incorporated. I'm Akintunde, and until next time, I'm going to see y'all when I see y'all. Peace.
Thank you so much. That was hilarious. We really appreciate that. And taking us back to the registration line in college, yeah, I think everyone can relate to that. Thank you so much. Oh, that was hilarious. You guys, we have a little bit more time and we have another prize. So we now want to go to trivia question number 6. I cannot wait to hear what this question is. Take it away.
Thank you, Camille, and to the comedian. Absolutely. Getting up, standing in the gym, for them to ask you what's your social, only to have to get back in line because your registration form wasn't filled out right. Now that is an HBCU experience. It teaches you fortitude. It teaches you fortitude. But as Camille mentioned, we have an extra prize and some additional time. So here is one last HBCU trivia question. If we could have the slide for question number 6. All right. After tossing its football program, which school turned its football field into a farm? And the time starts now. And we want to make sure that our YouTube viewers are chiming in as well. So we're going to give a special attention to our comments in the YouTube section. Please feel free to chime in with your answers. After tossing its football program, which school turned its football field into a farm? Time starts now. All right, I see answers coming in. I see answers coming in. All right, YouTubers, let's get our answers in. And we're going to give it about 30 more seconds. Again, this is when I need my Jeopardy music, but we're going to give it about 30 more seconds for our responses to trickle on in. All right, I see some YouTube responses. Okay, great. Thank you to our YouTube viewers. 10 more seconds. Okay, if we could put up the answer to question number 6. It's Paul Quinn College. So Paul Quinn College, their program proved to be a bit too expensive. So their president, Michael Sorrell, decided to scrap the program and in its place developed We Over Me Farm. This farm employs students feeding Southern Dallas with fresh and affordable locally grown produce. It is now the first historically Black work college, meaning that students are required to work with money going towards their tuition costs and to their own accounts. The farm even supplies food for the Dallas Cowboys Stadium. So go Paul Quinn College. And we do have a winner, and that winner was Pamela Preer. Thank you so much again for playing. Be sure to email your mailing address to hbcu.salinks@gmail.com. Again, thank you for playing along. We appreciate all our contestants, and your prizes will be coming soon in the mail. Again, please continue to support our HBCUs. Please dig deep in your pockets and share your treasure with these students at our most prestigious HBCUs. Camille, back to you.
Dr. Morgan, thank you so much. Again, another, oh gosh, that was like a nail biter. I was waiting to see how many people were going to get that one correct. A lot of people out there are having questions. How do I donate? Well, you see that ticker, we call it a ticker at the bottom of the screen. You can donate there, and you can also send your request or your donation by mail. And if you need that, just email to the email that you see on the bottom of your screen, and we will get all the information to you that you need. Once you've donated, we want you to let us know. Post in the category, in the private chat or in the chat room, so that we can give you a shout out and to make sure that we recognize you as a proud person during this HBCU Giving Tuesday. All right, without further ado, we consider the concept of return on investment. We've been talking about it over and over throughout this broadcast. Miss April Kelly Drummond, Head of Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion at Denny's Incorporated, is here with us to answer the question. And the question is, why do you, April, hello, and why are Denny's investing in HBCUs? I know that's a big question, but I'm sure you have a big answer for us.
I do. Hello, Camille. I'm so glad to be here representing Denny's corporate office. Corporate office is in Spartanburg, South Carolina, but we also have an office in Dallas, Texas. For us at Denny's, return on investment goes far beyond our financial performance. But what is important is the work we do in the community. So everyone in the organization embraces return on investment as a term that also addresses our core values as a company to promote diversity, equity, inclusion at every level. So our CEO, John Miller, has taken this to heart, becoming one of the first CEOs to sign the CEO Action on Racial Equity Pledge. And this pledge is to identify, develop, and promote scalable and sustainable public policies, corporate engagement strategies that would advance racial equity, address social injustice, and improve societal well-being. Also, we're continually investing in initiatives to support multicultural hiring program. We just recently finished our travel to HBCUs in person, but also virtually. And it's our quest to hire 20,000 employees at all levels of the company. So that's a return on investment. And lastly, for us, is seeing the smiles on the faces of students receiving more than $330,000 from our Denny's Hungry for Education scholarship program to help them complete their education.
There's so much that goes into what you just said. The HBCU initiative, so strong and so important. And really, with Denny's, let's talk about your reach. You're all across the country still, correct?
Yes, ma'am. We are an international restaurant. We're one of the largest family-style restaurant chain. And I'm just so proud to be a part of it. I've been there over 27 years. So I started when I was a baby.
Let's talk about, for people watching and for people logging in and people listening to our Giving Tuesday and our HBCU initiative, what would you say is the bottom line on giving generously to this HBCU initiative? Why should they do it?
Well, you know what? The first thing is HBCUs are important treasures in this country. They are playing an important role in developing our future leaders. At Denny's, we're proud to be part of that. As I mentioned, we give scholarships across the country, but recently we just got through touring, as I mentioned, different HBCUs, and we had a chance to talk to the different students and not only hiring them to become future leaders in our company, but also internships. I can even tell you about our commitment from the top, because of course, everything starts at the top when it comes to corporations, right? So our board chair, Brenda Lauterbach, supports HBCUs personally and professionally, and she's also a Link sister, Camille. And then our company CEO, John Miller, he serves on the board of Wilberforce University. So it's important that when you are in corporate America, you have to reach back, not only giving out of your pocketbook, but also contributing and being a part of it. And that's something that's really important that I tell everyone to do. To not only give as a donation, but to take the time to do things in the community with your HBCUs that are near you.
That's a very good point. And for students and maybe folks who are watching or they don't know if they want to go to an HBCU or not, we've talked about the importance of it, the camaraderie of it, the fellowship of it, the family nature of it, the educational importance, all that good stuff. What is your final thought on why someone should attend an HBCU?
Well, I can tell you personally, I started years ago, several years ago, as a freshman at South Carolina State University, very proud. And I can just tell you that that is, as Uncle Tunde said, that kind of grounds you and it helps you be proud of who you are as an African American, but also it gives you the foundation. And of course, you know, I was active in my school, class president during my sophomore year. So I invested at an early age. But it helps you when you become part of, like for me in corporate America, to know who you are, but also to represent what's important as far as our beloved HBCUs, because it takes things like this tonight for us to continue to invest in it, to make sure it's available for anyone. And also HBCUs is just not only for African Americans who want to attend the historically Black universities, it's for the community, because some of the schools, I'm going to go name some of them, but some of the schools, that's the only school that's there in the community. So it helps students as a whole to get an education. As our Link Sylvia Perry, our area director, always says, now more than ever, we have to level up and invest and support our HBCUs.
April, we thank you, and we thank Denny's for everything you do for HBCUs and for the community. We thank you for being with us.
Thank you.
All right, everybody, we've given you a kaleidoscope of information tonight, everything from information to entertainment, and hopefully we have inspired you to give on this Giving Tuesday and the HBCU initiative. Again, if you would like to mail in your donations, take a look at your screen. Here's all the information. If you have a question, you can email us. And notice at the bottom of your screen, there's all the information you need on how you can donate. I do want to let you know how you're making a difference. Once you begin to donate, the Southern area of the Links Incorporated Capital Campaign, we build on a strong history of support for historically Black colleges and university and provide innovative and sustainable programming within a culture of transformational service. This is very important. Also, most important to pass along to you is to remember about the Southern area links, the love that the HBCU's Giving Tuesday spreads all around the nation. 100% of the monies collected tonight, 100% will be donated to HBCUs, unlike with other fundraising events where overhead costs uses so much of what is raised. Not in this case. 100% of monies will go to HBCUs and our initiatives. Also, in addition to that, important to remember all donations made before December 31st, 2021, that gives us about 32 days here, it can be filed on this year's taxes. Okay, so this is all a very, very wonderful way to donate and to give of your monies, knowing that it will go to a good cause and to a great, great future and the outlook of what will become of HBCUs. We need the support, and we need your support as we continue the HBCU initiative. We again want to thank the Southern area of the Links Incorporated for promoting the vision of the Links Incorporated with the support of HBCUs and the mission, the visibility, and of course, the sustainability. We would like to thank all of our members that took part and our guests and our visitors today. Also, we would like to thank our partners. We're talking about AT&T, Denny's, and Regions Bank. We have so many people to thank, and we could not have done it without you. As we close this broadcast out, we again would like to listen to the wonderful sounds of Regina Skeeters. If you missed it at the beginning of this broadcast, you don't want to miss it this time around. She has a very angelic voice, and she's going to take us home with some very great and inspirational tunes. Everybody watching, thank you. Again, we thank you for donating if you did. And if you didn't, there's still time. Just again, take down the information that you see on the bottom of your screen, and remember that all we're doing is supporting HBCUs, the initiatives, the students, and everything that goes into making them successful. After all, it is our future. I'm Camille Whitworth. It is my honor to have served as your moderator this evening. I thank everyone involved this evening, specifically you, the viewers, and the folks out there who are donating. It means more than you know to the schools and to the students. Have a good night, everybody, and thank you this Giving Tuesday. Ms. Skeeters, take it away.
We would like to give a major shout out to the women of the Links Incorporated. Thank you so much for your contribution to our beloved HBCU.
On roses and whiskers on kittens, bright copper kettles with warm woolen mittens, brown paper packages tied up with strings. These are a few of my favorite things. Cream-colored ponies with crisp apple strudels, doorbells and sleigh bells and schnitzel with noodles, wild geese that fly with the moon on their wings. These are a few of my favorite things. Girls in white dresses with blue satin sashes, snowflakes that lay on my nose and eyelashes, silver white winters that melt into springs. These are a few of my favorite things. When the dog bites, when the bee stings, when I'm feeling sad, I simply remember my favorite things, and even then I don't feel so bad, Raindrops on roses and whiskers on kittens, bright copper kettles with warm woolen mittens, brown paper packages tied up with strings. These are a few of